Hello everyone and welcome back to Whiz. You're here with your host Master Priyadarshan and I'm here with the answers for yesterday's questions and five more exciting new questions for you. So I hope you're ready to go and I hope that you've been watching my other channel, the Trivia Fever, where I've been putting up videos not only for the IPL but also for the Women's T20 League that's going on. So we're gonna get to the questions in just a minute. Before that, it's time for the answers for yesterday's questions. So without any further ado, let's start off with the answers for yesterday's questions. So here comes question number 1. In 321 AD, which Roman emperor decreed that Sunday was to be a day of rest for all except those engaged in agricultural work? So now this was the question. Obviously, imagine all the way back then, people had thought that no, there is a need for one day of the week to be the day of rest, and Sunday was decided back then. The answer that we're looking for is Constantine the First. So Constantine the First was the first person to say this. Moving on to question number 2 for yesterday. What was started by brothers Dan and Frank in Wichita, Kansas, in 1958 while studying in college with a sum of just $600 borrowed from their mother? Now, when I tell you the answer for this, obviously you would have had some guesses, but when I tell you the answer, it might be a shocker. So the answer that we are looking for is actually that is where was the start of Pizza Hut. So we all eat that delicious, yummy pizzas nowadays, but very few of us would know that that's how it started. So that's why they always say if you have a small idea, you should always invest time in it because you don't know how big it can grow. And well, did these two brothers prove to the world, right? So that brings us to our third question for yesterday. So here it is. Mahindra launched its electrical vehicle, Mahindra E2O. What does the E2O stand for? So the E2O, it actually stands for energy to oxygen. So it's electrical vehicle, right? So that is why it's energy to oxygen. That is what propels the car to move ahead, and it's very silent as well, causing less of noise pollution, though that's a really good thing. And that brings us to our fourth question for yesterday. So here we are. This show, epitomized by this family, which consists of Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. The show is set in the fictional town of Springfield and parodies American culture and society, television, and the human condition. Which show are we talking about? Well, I think it was a giveaway at Homer itself because we know it as Homer Simpson. So the name of the show is The Simpsons, and well, that show has been pretty accurate in terms of what they have predicted about the future also. So there was an episode in the show where they had a character based on Donald Trump and he's the one who won the election. So that's what happened later on. So maybe there was a some hidden talent that the filmmakers had because they were able to predict so accurately. But well, The Simpsons was the answer for the fourth question. And now moving on to the fifth question for yesterday. So here we go. In the Hindi movie Mere Dad Ki Maruti, which model of Maruti is the center of the story? So I think all of us would have watched that movie. Ram Kapoor really did a very good job in that movie. Even Saqib Salim, really good acting. And the answer, or the car, the model which we are looking for is the Maruti Ertiga. So the SUV that was the SUV launched by Maruti. So that is the Ertiga. And that sums up our 5 questions for yesterday. It's time to move on to the 5 questions for today. So here we go with question number 1. Which brand installed water purifiers to provide clean drinking water to the millions of pilgrims of the Kumbh Mela in 2019? So think about it. The answer may not be as simple as you think. And that was our first question. Moving on to question number 2 for today. So here it is. Which brand is behind the Red Rickshaw Revolution, which is starting a journey from Delhi to Mumbai today, showcasing positive stories about women? So basically talking about women empowerment. So which company or which brand is behind this campaign? So that is the second question. Moving on to question number 3 for today. So here we go. Which brand uses the tagline "Mummy Giri nahi chalegi"? So Mummy Giri nahi chalegi. We would have seen this ad. It's a pretty catchy ad as well. So that I want you to tell me which brand we are talking about, and that is question number 3. Moving on to question number 4. Here we go. Who worked as an actor, writer, and co-owner of a drama company called the Lord Chamberlain's Men, later known as King's Men? So there is a bit of a hint in the question itself. Let's see whether you'll be able to crack it. And that was our 4th question. And that brings us to our last question for today. So here we go. Sachin Bansal of Flipkart says success in e-commerce comes from taking care of 3 factors. So which are these 3 factors that he is talking about? So those were our 5 questions for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed the answers for yesterday's 5 questions. And obviously I'll be looking forward to all the answers that you have for today's questions in the comments below. Please go ahead, take a guess. There are no wrong answers in quiz. And I would love to see where you all are thinking and how your brains are working. And obviously I will be back tomorrow with another video with 5 more answers and 5 more questions. So do stay tuned. And that's all from me. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Both the channels rather. So thank you for your time. I will see you tomorrow. Till then, please stay safe, take care, good night and keep quizzing.